A North Korean man has been sentenced to hard labor, but many news outlets are reporting that his consequences might be much worse. The man is accused of bringing a copy of Netflix's Squid Game into the country and showing it to several other students. This smuggler is believed to have returned from China with a digital copy of the massively successful South Korean series. The student had actually hid the files on a USB flash drive, but after he began selling copies of the series to several people, including his fellow students, he was caught by police. Apparently, he was caught by censors at the North Korean Surveillance Bureau, and again, according to reports, he could be facing a firing squad for his actions, which is the exact same way that a lot of characters in Squid Game are also taken out. The arrest apparently took place last week in the country's North Hamgyong province that sits on the border of China. According to Radio Free Asia, one student who purchased a copy of the USB has been sentenced to life in prison, while 6 others have been also sentenced to 5 years of hard labor. And in North Korea, sometimes those hard labor sentences actually carry over throughout your family's generation. North Korea has also been a very isolated place for a long time, and to keep it that way, the country has been known to ban material from the West and from South Korea. This smuggling case has also prompted North Korean authorities to begin carrying out searches of the student's school just in case they are hiding any more foreign media. The ripple effect of what this one man did, though, is astounding. Some teachers have reportedly lost their job and could face being banished to work in remote mines as punishment, a law enforcement source told the press. This all started last week when a high school student secretly bought a USB flash drive containing the South Korean drama Squid Game and watched it with one of his best friends in class. The pair then began discussing the series with friends who then became interested in watching it and so purchased copies from him. If you haven't watched the show already, it's essentially about these people who have a ton of debt and they get offered the chance to compete in a game show where the last person standing gets all of the prize money. However, it is also extremely graphic. I mean, there must be at least 200 headshots in the entire series, so it's definitely not for everyone, but it is still a brilliant storyline that exposes a lot about the lengths people are willing to go just to get out of debt. Also, to make this show even creepier, they have this group of wealthy VIPs that are betting on who they think is going to win the games. Yes, they are betting on people's lives. And the reason why this show became so big is probably because of how real and possible something like this could be. And it clearly resonates with the North Korean people that are currently living under a dictatorship. This arrest of 7 North Korean students will mark the first time that the government has put this new censorship law into action. The North Korean government recently passed a law on the elimination of reactionary thought and culture, and the maximum penalty for watching, keeping, or distributing media from capitalist countries is death, especially if it is something from America or South Korea. As I mentioned earlier, though, the ripple effect is where this arrest becomes insane. There are people who had no connection at all to the original incident but are still being held responsible. An inside source told the press, "The Central Committee has dismissed the school principal, their youth secretary, and their homeroom teacher," adding, photo 3, "They were also expelled from the party. It is certain that they will be sent to toil in coal mines or exiled to rural parts of the country, so other school teachers are all worrying that it could happen to them too if one of their students is also caught up in the investigation." Authorities are even scouring markets for more of these USB drives and any other DVDs that contain foreign media. A resident told Radio Free Asia, "The residents are all trembling in fear because they will be mercilessly punished for buying or selling memory storage devices no matter how small." But for now, folks, that's all the time that we have for today. Stay classy, and I'll see you on the next one.